A lot has changed in the past 2 years. There was silence, there was no sports, and there was no volleyball. But the champions, the dreamers, the legends, your idols are not bound to be forgotten, for their dreams and their passions remain. This time, volleyball returns to you as one. The PVL is back. Coming to you live from Ilocos Norte, my name is Ai Tinsay, and this is One Sports exclusive coverage of the Premier Volleyball League Open Conference.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to a new era in Philippine volleyball as we come to you live from the PCV Socio Civic and Cultural Center in Bacra, Ilocos Norte. My name is Eric Ivan alongside Moji Ravena, and it is opening day of the Open Conference of the first and only professional volleyball league in the Philippines, Premier Volleyball League, on One Sports Plus, and Single Play. In our games today, Cherry Tigo crossovers versus the PLDT home fiber power hitters. That's happening momentarily. And coming up on our main event today, we have Mika Reyes and the Santa Lucia Lady Realtors as they take on Eliza Valdez and the Green Line Cool Smashers. It's going to be a great doubleheader, Mosey, as we finally get back to volleyball action.
You know, Eric, it has been a long time for all of us, and obviously the fans are awaiting this very moment. But we assure them that it's worth the wait.
Definitely.
Right, Eric?
Because we have the superstars of volleyball finally together in one league.
That's right. You have new faces, old faces, comeback players, a lot of surprises for sure. And with the volleyball being absent for the last almost 2 years.
2 years, that's right. Hey, take a look at the video of the coaches, Coach Roger Goreyev of PLDT.
Nice to see them.
And we're glad he's finally 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron Velez, the coach of Cherry, a while ago on your screens. Let's take a look at the tournament format and how it's going to be like for the return of the PVL.
Well, as you can see, 10 teams, single round robin. Grabe, Eric, 6 game days a week. So top 4 teams move on to the best of 3 semifinals. As you know, single round robin, which means crucial games every game for these 10 teams. 6 game days a week is hard considering bubble format. And you know, they need to practice and they need to recover in between games. And only 4 of the 10 teams move on to the semifinals, meaning, again, each match will be very important to them.
I know the fans wish for a double round robin, but obviously because we're in the Baccarat bubble, Commissioner Tony Liao toned it down for the meantime, but we'll see definitely in the upcoming seasons the PVL, it's going to get better and much more fun as you see Dindin Santiago Manabat warming up along with her sister Jaja Santiago, and these two will be the focus of the offense of the Cherry Tigo crossovers.
Well, you know, Cherry Tigo's triple powers now, as you'll see them later. You have Jaja Santiago at 6'5", Dindin Santiago Manabat at 6'2", and new player for Cherry Tigo, 5'11", Mylene Paat as well. So this is a good addition for Cherry Tigo. You know, Jaja played for Ageo Medics, and she had history of becoming the first Filipino volleyball player to win an international title, Eric. And also, obviously, her sister Didi also came from Japan, playing for the Toray Arrows and then the Kurobe Aqua Fairies in 2019. So a lot of experience being brought by these two sisters to their team, and not only experience, it's international
that's right,
experience as well.
There's a lot more weight there. And of course, Mylene Paat, Mosey, experience with the national team as well.
So, you know, it's just a great addition to Cherry Tigo. And I think yung nga siguro hinahanap nila, that winger, that other winger that they needed in this team.
It is a very formidable lineup, and you also saw Micah Ortiz in one of our graphics earlier. She's also a very experienced player out of UST. She's going to be a main factor here. Very tall ceiling for Cherry. As you take a look at Chola Alvarez, Rhea Dimaculangan, she will be the focal point, obviously, and direct the offense of PLDT.
You know, Rhea brings in a lot of experience as well, especially playing for the national team for quite a while. And, you know, even in college, in the nationals, you experience getting into the championship and playing in the championship will bring a lot of encouragement to the youngsters, like Isa Molde in the PLDT team. Of course, Isa Molde transferred to PLDT when she went her final year for the UAAP. So let's see what she will bring in.
That's true.
And how she will help the PLDT connection.
So it's a veteran and a youngster for PLDT. Rhea Dimaculangan, we all know her from UST, and then she played for the national team as well. A very decorated setter. Meanwhile, Isa Molde, a former Photon Tornadoes player. Photon Tornadoes is now Cherry Tigo crossover. So just a little history for all you volleyball fans or new viewers as well. There's Isa Molde, one of the key players in that UP run in the UAAP.
Correct. When she had Tots
Carlos, that's right.
Doro, you know, that batch.
She's going to bring a lot of firepower to PLDT. And they're definitely going to need it against that tall lineup of Cherry Tigo.
You know what's good about this tournament is like what I've said before. They're like coming off the same even playing field because of the pandemic and everything that happened. You know, a lot of players stopped, or a lot of players was just doing online conditioning. So little factors as yung how you prepared coming into this tournament will really be a big deal, especially towards the end.
That's true. It was reported last year that these players you were mentioning online via Zoom, they're just connecting with each other but practicing conditioning at home. And only just recently were they able to house themselves per team in various locations around Luzon in order to train and prepare for the Open Conference, the return of volleyball. And for people wondering, Mosey, as take a look at the players continue warming up, Kat Villegas right there on your screens. What does it mean for the PBL to be a professional league, the very first professional volleyball league in the Philippines?
Well, you know, we've been waiting for this to happen for the girls, and finally it's here. And I mean, again, it's worth the wait. Why? Because now you see unification. All the teams are now in one league, and you know, as I have said, now you will really see who's yung mga stars.
That's right.
Yeah, and mga potential stars. You see everybody here, right, in one room.
All the superstars together in one league, and now you really find out who's the best of the best.
Yeah. And I'm sure the fans are just excited to watch that. I mean, basically, they're just excited that we started today.
That's right.
And that they're seeing their mga idols, the players, again, and after a while.
Mylene Paat on your screen. And
now we begin today's first match by introducing our officials, our national referees for this match. First referee, Erlindo Eusebio. Second referee is Mary Joy de Imus. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. Middle blocker from the National University, team captain number 3, Chacha Santiago. Center also from the National University, number 4, Jasmine Abor. Outside hitter from De La Salle University, number 6, Arian Layug. Opposite hitter from Adamson University, or outside spiker from Adamson University, number 7, Mylene Pat. Opposite hitter from the National University, number 16, Dindin Santiago Manaman. Middle blocker from Adamson University, number 17, Joy Dacoron. Starting libero for Cherry Tigo is number 23, Buding Durandez from the Far Eastern University. And the head coach for the Cherry Tigo Crossovers is Aaron Velez. And now the starters for PLDT Home Fiber Power Hitters. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 1, Isa Molde. Middle blocker also from UP, number 3, Maris Layug. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 8, Ellie Soyud. Outside hitter from the National University, number 9, Arco Urtas. Center from the University of Santo Tomas, team captain, number 12, Roya Timaculangan. Middle blocker from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 17, Joyce Santanita. And the starting libero from San Beda University, number 6, Isa Viray. Head coach for PLDT is Roger Gorayev. Direction on the starting libero for PLDT. It is from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 16, Eliza Eroa. This is match number 1.
There's a starting lineup for your Cherry Tigo Cross. Crossovers, as you can see, except for Buding Durandez, this is a very tall lineup, Mosey.
Exactly. Very tall. That's an understatement. I mean, compared to the lineup on the other side.
I mean, Jasmine Abor is going to be the setter, and she's pretty tall already.
Correct.
This is the lineup of your PLDT fiber power hitters.
Up to the like some of the power hitter
Especially.
herself, yeah. Soyud
And Ellie
also,
Soyud as well.
Yeah.
She's really improved in the UAAP, coming from
Yeah.
La Salle, going to Adamson. She finally took on the cudgels of taking care of the offense of Adamson. There's a tip by Manabat. Imakulangan. Out to Urdas, and a solid block as expected. The defense at the net of Cherry is going to be formidable.
That's right. That's now their biggest advantage. Coming into this tournament, that height advantage, and when they successfully use it at the net, I mean, like, ang hirap. It will be very hard for the other team.
It's a block point for Cherry Tigo to start off the first set, and immediately another point at the net.
Assertive on that last play was Daconon. Right away hitting that ball and getting that point.
Jasmine Abor serving. Urdas goes above the blockers. As you can see, she's bothered by the defense of Cherry. There's Soyut hitting. And another one goes through the block, goes to the defense, and drops in.
So far with a strong start.
Bothered by the defense of Cherry. There's Soyut hitting. And another one goes through the block, goes to the defense, and drops in.
So far with a strong start. Well, Nabor is a good server. Remember when she was in college?
Yes, right on cue. An example of how good she is at the service area. Kasidag and company enjoying right now a look of concern on the face of Coach Gorayev. Is it rushed right now for PLDT power hitters as well, combined with the nerves and then the good offense and defense of Cherry?
I think that's right. I mean, like, it's a accumulation of all of these emotions, especially getting the first game of this tournament.
That's true.
So let's give them that. But I'm sure will eventually put some senses into these players. And knowing Coach Roger, he's one of the coaches who we know that really does a lot in practice.
Right.
I think the preparation and even the mental toughness inside the board. So I'm pretty sure they're able to bounce back.
Underhand set, and Soyud with the tip finally gets the first point of PLDT. You get them on the board via their offense.
That was an easy tip by Eli Soyud.
Manabat.
Off block hit.
Tremendous experience being brought here by Manabat into the game. A couple of teams, international. Manabat.
Off block hit.
Underhand set, and Soyud with the tip finally gets the first point of PLDT. You get them on the board via their offense.
That was an easy tip by Eli Soyud.
Manabat.
Off the block hit.
Tremendous experience being brought here by Manabat into the game. A couple of teams internationally she played for.
That's why it's really going to be crucial also for Buding Duremdes to get those digs or to get those receives so that Nabor can set up her tall players.
That's right.
Easily.
Urdas blocked again. 2 block points of the 6 points of Cherry. A 4-point lead right now for Coach Aaron Velez, who took over the team in 2018.
Arian Layog still on the line.
Good serve. And futile effort there from Eroa. Floor defense of PLDT is wanting right now.
Defense in general for PLDT, including those off the block hits. Usually you'd see Eroa get.
Yeah. Soyud is rejected once again. Another block here by this tall front lineup of Cherry as we hit our first technical timeout. 6-point lead for the crossovers against the power hitters. Back here at the PCV Social, Civic, and Cultural Center in Bacra, Ilocos Norte, which is about 11 kilometers north from Lawag. Opening day and opening game of the Open Conference of the Premier Volleyball League on One Sports. Right now, Lisa Molde trying to spark the offense of the power hitters. Find themselves down by 5 right now in the first set against the crossovers.
You just like seeing her hit those shots.
Yep. That's the form that made her extremely popular for the University of the Philippines.
That's right.
Sliding pass through a double block.
And you can see that Nabor has that connection with her tall players because if you have really a tall lineup, she also has to adjust with her sets.
Not the easiest of things to do.
Correct.
We were talking about it before in previous coverage, just about how a setter has to adjust, especially as it's harder the taller the player.
Correct. That's right.
Ellie Soyud picking and choosing her target. Not a good pickup there from Paan. Jaja Santiago down the middle. Oh, a missed set for the power hitters. They're going to pay for it here. Jaja Santiago scores for the crossovers.
And easily with a tip, Jaja gets that one to go.
Six-point lead for the crossovers. 10-4. Here's a set by Nabor. A push by Santiago. Jaja. And he's sending.
Getting it through the blocker. And you get it.
Point lead for the crossovers. 10-4. Here's a set by Nabor. A push by Santiago. Jaja. And he's sending.
Getting it through the blocker. And you can just see Ellie Soyud challenging the blocker right there.
Here's Joyce Santa Rita serving for the power hitters. Not the best of receives. But the crossover able to attack. Unfortunately, the power hitters, Reyes Maculangan was the one who received the ball, and nobody picked up the second touch.
These are the things that you really need to develop, especially after a long
Here's Joyce Santa Rita serving for the power hitters. Not the best of receives. But the crossover able to attack. Unfortunately, the power hitters, Reyes Maculangan was the one who received the ball, and nobody picked up the second touch.
These are the things that you really need to develop, especially after a long break. Layoff, yeah.
Communication.
True.
Coach Goreyev, obviously unhappy about their current situation. Still down by 6. There's Commissioner Tony Liao of the Premier Volleyball League. And you have to commend, the excellent job these guys put together along with Mr. Ricky Padu, the president of Sports Vision. Just imagining the logistics involved in putting this event together.
And Eric, they're just there to watch, especially now that we turned pro. Obviously, they want to see that everything is going well. Even our coverage and even how the games are called.
Right.
So it's just totally different. You want to lift the level of competition, obviously, because again, it's a pro league now.
And with all the superstars together in one league,
Oh yeah,
there's no way to go but up, especially for these guys.
and we owe it to the fans, to bring in a much more kumbaga developed and competitive volleyball for them, especially that they waited such a long time.
So long. Poor receive there from Mylene Paz as Isamode and the power hitters get a freebie, responding to that timeout called by Coach Goreyev.
Coach Roger, he won't let up. And you know how he does his huddles. We've heard him before.
One of the best to ever do it. Won 11 straight championships when he was with San Sebastian. Well, he's back with San Sebastian now. And Coach Goreyev, one of the best to ever do it as a coach in this game. Great rally here. And that ends up as a point for PLDT as Jaja misses the mark.
Right, long on that one. On the first one, Edo was able to dig it. But this time, that went long for Jaja.
You look at Jaja's attacks in her offense, and sometimes you think, is she trying not to jump too high? Because of how tall she is, right? As Gideon from the back row scores a point, stops the bleeding for the crossovers.
Right, good play right there from Cherry Tigo. Din Santiago. Actually, PLDT was able to read that well because there were already 2 blockers waiting for Din. But Din still scored the point.
Ugas off the block, scores. Here. And that ends up as a point for PLDT as Jaja misses the mark.
Right, long on that one. On the first one, Edo was able to dig it. But this time, that went long for Jaja.
You look at Jaja's attacks in her offense, and sometimes you think, is she trying not to jump too high? Because of how tall she is, right? As Gideon from the back row scores a point, stops the bleeding for the crossovers.
Right, good play right there from Cherry Tigo. Din Santiago. Actually, PLDT was able to read that well because there were already 2 blockers waiting for Din. but Dindin still scored the point.
That's off the block, scores.
And now you see the angle where Ordas hit the ball. So she was able to take that on the off the block hit.
Kaya di makulangan. Her team only down by 2 now. A lot on her shoulders. She has to really spark up the offense to the power hitters.
That was a long serve. But I bet you Ray will really bring in a lot of experience teaching these newbies, these new teammates of hers. And especially that she's capable of really leading a team.
True. So that's mishitting. Although PLDT asking for a touch, but first referee Ordindo Eusebio says it is a point for Cherry.
So back-to-back errors from PLDT, giving Cherry Tego a 4-point lead.
Ordas trying to get it back. Over-received and an easy kill for Layu.
Oh, but I think he touched the net.
Take another look here.
Little over-eager on that one.
There it is. Right on the wrist. So 3 straight errors, and from just a 2-point lead, it's now up. Point advantage for the crossovers. Layu finding an opening at the back.
And that was an easy point for Layu, just putting it where nobody was home. So yeah, those are the things that I think PLDT should do. They should find those open spots instead of challenging the tall blockers of Cherdigo.
Unfortunately, these unforced errors mostly are just hurting PLDT. At the moment, second technical timeout, 16-11, Cherry over PLDT set number 1. Opening day of the Open Conference of the first ever professional league in volleyball in the Philippines, the Premier Volleyball League. Great save there by Santa Rita. The attack goes outside for Caporon.
That was a sorry miss because it was a free ball given to Cherry Eagle. They weren't able to capitalize on that one.
PLDT home fiber power hitters have been playing catch-up since the start of the first set. Biggest deficit was 6. Eileen Bond scores. She's so good, Eileen Bond. I mean, from when she started in Adamson, then getting her playing time with the national team, such an improvement.
That's true. And I really think she's a good addition to this team also.
But Debbie Soyu, amazing height on that attack.
And then finding an open spot.
Take a look at where she took the ball here. I mean, just at the peak against two Santiago sisters right there too. Soyut serving 13-17. Nabor sets it up. Jaja Santiago. Solid attack there by Molde. But good defense, floor defense by Cherry. That's going to be over and out.
Not enough miss action in that last play by Miley Paan.
She knows it too. Shola Alvarez, 3-point game here. Set number 1. Look at the focus in the eyes of Jaja Santiago, who decided not to sign with a Taiwanese team. She had an offer, but decided to stick around and play here. Another point here for PLDT as Jaja upsets the team captain. And it's a timeout here by Aaron Velez, the head coach of Cherry, as their lead is down to 2.
And as you can see, after that Coach Roger Gorayev timeout, things were different for the power hitters. And they've been looking for those open spots, making volleyball easier for them. And now they're just 2 points away and catching up with the Cherry Eagles.
Let's see what happens here. Coach Perez, former assistant coach of National University Lady Bullpups and Lady Bulldogs as well.
It's also nice to see Tina Sala on the bench.
That's right.
As assistant coach for the crossovers.
Grandes talking to Manabat. Isa Molde. These two we talked about at the pregame, how they are going to need to step up and lead the team along with May Ordaz, Eli Soyud. 2 points away now, 15-17. Soyud, great serve, an ace.
So far, Soyud playing well in this first set.
True. This is the closest PLDT has been, but it's the turnovers that's been hurting them. That's been their story here in the first set.
And we're back. The jinx is
Lane Casilag enjoying that error
But
from
that's right.
Soyud.
Going back to your point, just a lot of errors coming from the power hitters, just helping out the crossovers get the point.
Molde, great dig by Manabat. Santiago knocks it in.
I'm sure they've been wanting to do that a while back, finally connecting for Jaja.
And that's got to hurt your coach Roger Gorayev. You're within 1 at 16-17, and then 2 straight points immediately, and now it's a 3-point game.
And that's off the timeout of Coach Aaron Velez. That's how important timeouts are for our coaches.
Santiago, Kailangan with a pickup. Here's Molde attacking. Somebody touched the net. It's going to be against Cherry. PLDT scores again.
Just the board on that infraction. Let's take a look at it once again. Although you can really see the advantage of an board at the net. You can really be one of your blockers.
Because of the height, that athleticism, Kat Villegas in the game for the first time for the power hitters. Underhand set, Nabor. There's a push by Paat. Back row attack for Soyud, right on the money.
And I like how Soyud and Isabel, they just get their points from the back row. And it's like it shows you the plays that they have in this team.
Santa Rita serving. Rather low set, but Jaja was able to hit it. That is over the back line.
Again, sorry miss on the part of the power hitters.
for error on the part of PLDT. By unofficial count, they're about 5 already. And with that, they could have been up.
Right.
Makulangan with the tip. And Santiago will score. Jaja Santiago, such a lethal weapon when she's in front. I mean, that's going to be the problem of Coach Goriev, how to stop her.
And you can just see how confident she is now playing in this tournament for sure. And even her teammates, I'm sure, has that confidence also that because she's playing with them. When you need instant points, I'm sure Jaja can provide you.
Definitely. Timeout by PLDT after the Nabor score. Back to a 4-point advantage for the crossovers. Coach Goriev, he knows what his team is capable of. I'm sure his personnel, he knows how to put them in places where they can score. Unfortunately, it's the errors that's been killing them. And right now, 4-point deficit. Mosey, crossovers 3 points away from taking in set number 1. What should the power hitters focus on right now?
Well, again, there was a stretch when they were just looking for open hits, for open spots, and that made having those points easy for them. That's why they were able to catch up. But I think it's the way to go and get those off the block hits also. Try to get those from the tall blockers and stop challenging them.
That's true. Take advantage of the long arms that are up there when you're trying to hit.
And plus, you can see that those 2 back-to attacks coming that came from them were successful. One from Eddie Solid and the other one from Isa Molde. So I guess they should look into that also. Especially towards the end of this set. When they're down by 5.
That's true. Their defense has to hold up now.
If you want to experiment or risk it now.
Wow, hit there from Isa Molde. And you were mentioning her name. I mean, one of the factors, one of the players that PLDT need to take advantage of is the power, athleticism of Isa Molde.
Look where she angled that ball, iniwasan yung 2 blockers in front of her. That's the way to go.
Over receive. Menendez able to keep it alive. But great work by Villegas at the net. And 2 straight points for the power hitters. They are within 3 here.
There you go. As we mentioned, there was a stretch where they were outsmarting the defenders of the crossovers. So that's what they should do at this point.
Excellent work there by Jasmine Nabor, taking matters in her own hands.
Talk about outsmarting the board on the place and shot.
Set
But
point.
you've seen her do that a lot of times.
Numerous times with National University and in the Premier Volleyball League as well. 4 set points for the crossovers here. Great serve by Jaja Santiago, and that's it.
It's that point. There you go, Jaja Santiago ending this first set.
Biggest lead was 6 points. PLDT came within 1, but there's too much firepower from Manabat, from Santiago, from Paat, and even from Jasmine Nabor. As PLDT and the holes in their defense were exposed here in set number 1. 25-20, Cherry over PLDT. set number 1 is in the books, with Cherry winning 25-20 over PLDT. It was a good start for the crossovers, Mosey, as their defense held up at the net. First 2 points were block points, and then obviously
The power hitters also gave them that first set loss.
that's true. There was a stretch where Elisoy and Isamolde really stepped in big time in the first set. Unfortunately, they fell short towards the end. Set number 2. There was a stretch where Elisoy and Isamolde really stepped in big time in the first set. Unfortunately, they fell short towards the end. Set number 2 is underway at the PCB Social, Civic, and Cultural Center in the Baccarat Bubble, Ilocos Norte. This is the first conference of PBL SA Pro League. And you can catch it only on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Signal Play.
You know, we are one of those people who just so happy that we turned pro already, because we've waited for this for a long time. We wanted the girls to be pro volleyball players, and here it is.
Yeah, and really make a career out of what they're good
yes,
at.
exactly.
Showcase their skill, their talent that's already being appreciated by fans all over the country and around the region. Joelle Singh is in the game for the first time, making her presence felt. Free ball for PLDT. Di Makulangan on the over-receive. And PLDT on the board for the first time in set number 2. 1-all.
And this is the experience that we were talking about a while ago about Rhea Di Makulangan. Easily taking that point.
And in case the fans are wondering, why are they still on the same sides of the court? According to Commissioner Tony Liao, just to follow protocol approved by the IATF, there will be no switching of courts at any point in the game. So whatever court they start in, that's where they finish it.
That's right. And, a lot of adjustments because to follow those protocols. But still, just too excited, very excited that we started.
It's still the same game we love, with just some minor adjustments. Smalabat, what an intense attack right there.
That's why you can also feel that these girls are just slowly adjusting to what they're presented.
That's true. And you won't too much power towards the end. Set number 2 is underway at the PCB Social, Civic, and Cultural Center in the Baccarat Bubble, Ilocos Norte. This is the first conference of PBL SA Pro League. And you can catch it only on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Signal Play.
You know, we are one of those people who just so happy that we turned pro already, because we've waited for this for a long time. We wanted the girls to be pro volleyball players, and here it is.
Yeah, and really make a career out of what they're good at.
Yes, exactly.
Showcase their skill, their talent that's already being appreciated by fans all over the country and around the region. Joelle Singh is in the game for the first time, making her presence felt. Free ball for PLDT. Di Makulangan on the over-receive. PLDT on the board for the first time in set number 2. 1-all.
And this is the experience that we were talking about a while ago about Rhea Di Makulangan. Easily taking that point.
And in case the fans are wondering, why are they still on the same sides of the court? According to Commissioner Tony Liao, just to follow protocol approved by the IATF, there will be no switching of courts at any point in the game. So whatever court they start in, that's where they finish it.
That's right. And, a lot of adjustments because to follow those protocols. But still, just too excited, very excited that we started.
It's still the same game we love. That's where they finish it.
That's right. And, a lot of adjustments because to follow those protocols. But still. very excited that we started.
It's still the same game you love. With just some minor adjustments, Manabat, what an intense attack right there.
That's why you can also feel that these girls are just slowly adjusting to what they're presented.
That's true. And you won't be seeing handshakes at the end of the game.
No high fives.
No high fives, just within your team, but not with the other team. And there's going to be an hour in between games to
disinfect.
Sanitize the playing court, the locker rooms, all that. 2-all, much tighter set compared to the first. There's Paat. What a great dig by Di Makulangan.
Oh,
Tacoron with the point.
nicely done. Dahoron, perfect timing right there. That deserves a second look.
Well, what an
I
effort
think
there
this
by
one
Di
was
Makulangan.
saved. Yeah,
Right?
this one is the hit by
There.
Dahoron.
That's the kill. Former Adamson Lady Falcon.
It was so fast. No blocker. Not a single blocker for her.
What a back set there. Soyud with the attack. Underhand set by Tacoron. Here comes Manabat. What a one-handed save this time. Out behind.
Jarel Singh, you can hear the power of her hit.
That's what she's known for.
Alright.
Maybe undersized as she goes after her former teammate as well. Former Lady Bulldog, Janelle Singh into the net. These unforced errors again.
Just too much on their side. Especially even the first set was a close one.
Dindin Manabat.
This is even a closer start.
That's right, 4-3, just a 1-point lead. That's an ace. Another error, reception error on the part of the power hitters. A quick 2 points for the crossovers. 5-3, set number 2.
This is what Jaja and Dindin, and you have Paat now and then Dakamon also they can be stoppers on the side of the crossovers, momentum stoppers for their team. And it's a big advantage when you have those players. When the other team gets their momentum and you stop it right away. It's a really big plus. And they have a lot of players like that.
That's true. Oh, really takes the energy
talking about Cherry Eagle.
from you as Paat on an over receive. Sing from the back row. Great pickup by Manabat. Santiago towering over the defense, getting the kill. This is 4 straight points now for Cherry. Power hitters really need to find a way to put a stop to this. Manabat. Felt like such a strong hit with the way her hand made contact with the ball. You could hear it through your speakers. Unfortunately, it fell short. And I'm sure Coach Roger Correa is heaving a sigh of relief. At least I didn't have to stop it. They stopped the run themselves because that was a 4-point run.
And now they have to start the run themselves.
True. Paat off the block. Di Makulangan sends it over to Molde. Too much power.
Right, Molde getting that point. And they have to take advantage. I mean, I'm talking about the power hitters while Molde is in front.
Right. This is a mini 2-point run for the power hitters right now. Santiago, Nabor. We've often seen that combination for the UAAP. Paat with the push. Molde again. She's been targeting Manabat the whole time. Double contact called against Santa Rita. our first technical timeout. Much closer set here. Only a 3-point lead for the Cross. Crossovers against the power hitters.
That's right. In the first set, right away, the crossovers overwhelmed the power hitters. But now it seems that the power hitters sort of know what to do and has a better game plan coming into this second set. It's just so hard when you have that little momentum, the littlest momentum, but when you have a Chacha Santiago, stop it. And the very capable Din also, and some other players like Nakaron and Paad. Once again, Eric, you know, in those little adjustments, imagine us adjusting as let's say in the panel, and even the people watching. But you can just imagine the adjustment of our players,
Oh, the players
in the bubble.
They're going to be here until mid-August. Can you imagine how long that's going to be? Far away from your family.
And that's 6 games a week.
A week.
Imagine and you have practice in between.
That's right.
And plus you have to recover in between.
That's true. Isa Molde attacking. You were asking for a run from PLDT. Here's the answer. Isa Molde with 2 points out of this 3-point run by the power hitters.
This is how they have to go. You have to milk Isa Molde while she's in front. Just take out all the points that you can from her.
Yep. Tip by Santiago. She can see.
I was going to say.
With that height advantage, Mosey, I mean, she's 6'5", and then she jumps.
And with that reach.
Yeah, she can see the entire court. And be able to figure out, where am I going to drop this?
And easily getting that point on that tip.
Isa Molde rejected after that by Nakaron.
This is what I think the crossovers missed towards some portion on the first set, and even at the beginning of this second set. Yung consistency at the net, they're blocking, because it's one of their biggest advantage. So they have to really use it.
Push by Villegas, that's not, it's lifting, says Erdito Eusebio, our first referee. There's Michael Ortiz.
Much to the delight.
I think there's going to be a timeout here by Coach Roger Goreyev after a little bit of a run, a 3-point run to be exact. There's another 3-point run by the crossovers, and they're now up 11-6. Coach Goreyev, they really have to figure out. It seemed like they settled in at the start of the set. We had a couple of deadlocks, but then this run, obviously Coach Goreyev at 5 points, he doesn't want it to grow any bigger.
They have to stick to what was working for them on the first set and in the beginning of this second set.
Right.
They have to go to that, and especially now that again, I think even the crossovers adjusted to their blocking more consistent now. Once again, you have to counter that. You have to again look for ways how you can score. It's really a mind game also of adjustments and counter adjustments.
Right. Molde. So much power for Isa Molde. And you look at Isa and you're thinking, okay, she can hit, but you don't expect how powerful she really is.
And this has been successful for her, those cross-court hits.
Yeah.
She's been getting the points from those.
And she seems to be getting more powerful each and every season, too. That is a lifting violation that was called on Nabor.
So again, after that Coach Roger Gurriel timeout, things happening for the power hitters.
Right. Gurriel Singh picks up the first touch. She gets the third touch, but Dacoron again is right there. Another block for Joy Dacoron. Remember, in the first set, the kill block was the first point, and that came from Joy Dacoron.
That's right. Then now they're back to their blocking, and even a single block was enough for that Gurriel Singh hit.
12 serving 8, set number 2. Underhand set for the Makulangan. Isamode from the back row just gets it over. Here comes Manabat with a push. Pero will set it up. Serious block again, and that's blocking back-to-back kill blocks. Block points for Cherry.
Again, the biggest advantage for the crossovers, they're going back to that, and has been successful. That's why they're trying to pull away at this point also.
Must be daunting if you're Gurriel Singh, Isamolde, Elisoyud as the service outside. You're attacking, you're going into the net, and you see 4 arms, and 2 of them belonging either to Jaja or to Vicky.
As you see Isamolde with her open hit, she has a really sharp crosscourt hit, unlike yung to Jarrell. So Jarrell has to have it, you have to risk it. If you're saying those 4 long arms are right in front of you, you really have to risk that angle.
Pero there's Soyud on the cross, and that's wide. This game, at least this set, getting away from PLDT. Unforced errors again hurting them.
Not enough spin on the off-speed side.
Back to the biggest lead of the crossovers at 5. Cross-court back from Singh. Now, but not enough height on that first ball.
Better cross-court hit there from Jarrell.
Please just open your TV sets on One Sports and One Sports Plus. This is the opening day and opening game of the PBL in their first season as a pro league.
No, the professionals are in.
Right.
And this is the first game of the special event in this sport in volleyball. And your first game, Eric?
I know. I can't even express how excited and happy for the fans to be part of this too, because I know how much they've been, dying to see some live volleyball action and seeing their favorite superstars.
And seeing
back on the
everyone
court.
here.
That's true.
All the superstars here, right in this league. And we're professionals. And seeing their girls that they've supported since college.
Right. That's true. Manabat down the line. Yes. PLDT never tasted the lead either in the first or the second set. They are down by 5 here, set number 2, as we get to our second technical timeout.
Cherry Tigo crossovers. Opposite spiker and former UP lady Fighting Maroon Marian Buitre declared that the Cherry Tigo crossovers will be entering the court with an open and clear mind. As Coach Aaron Velez advised, Coach Aaron told them that the first game jitters and the overwhelming pressure will always be there. But that is why they are planning to do this match as cleanly and as neatly as possible so that they will gracefully adjust to their team opponents on time. For Marian, the team's biggest challenge is to gel and create court chemistry despite the limited time and distancing protocols. In order to level up the game, she focused on going back to her former shape and condition, and with the aid of her veterans in the team, with Jaja Santiago and Michael Ortiz's guidance, they will surely get the ball rolling. The PBL action continues with the Cherry Tigo crossovers and the PLD team home by their power hitters.
17-12 is the score. The Cherry continue to pound on PLDT. This Cherry franchise, Mosey, they're a championship caliber team. They won the Grand Prix in the PSL 2 years in a row, back-to-back, 2015, 2016. Meanwhile, PLDT, back when they were smart, prepaid Giga, they were third placers in the Grand Prix in 2018. So both teams, they have experience at high level, high caliber competition. So they know how to win. Right now, though, the crossovers, they just have too much firepower, and then obviously PLDT is still looking for their offense, and then they have to really lessen their turnovers. As you see, a one-lady block there against Soyu.
Well, Eric, looking at the 10 teams, it packs a lot of championships, a lot of championship experiences among all those teams. And when you look at the lineup, each team will really have a set of superstars in them, and imagine them competing against each other in this league. So that really excites everyone.
That's true.
Including us, to see them compete against each other.
Right now, Coach Correa clearly unhappy. May not be able to hear much of what he's saying, but his facial expression, body language, you can tell. This is the biggest lead right now, 7 points of Cherry. This is the set he wants to take, obviously. You don't want to go to the third set down 2-0.
That's right, and you don't want the crossovers to pull away at this point. They already have a 7-point lead. You were talking about the mental toughness of these girls going back into this competition level game. So, this is kind of a test for the power hitters at this point. Now they give away another point.
Eddie Soyud with an unforced error, and we talked about how that has been such a factor working against PLDT in this first match.
And remember, in those previous timeouts of Coach Roger, after each timeout, they would come out and get a string of points. But in this last timeout, error right away. They gave the crossovers a point. So yung mental toughness, is it slowly getting into the header of the power hitters, or is it affecting them already in this second set?
Casilag is in the game for the first time along with Del C for the crossovers. Soyud. Great receive by Baat. Baat with a help from the net. Again, that miscommunication problem, where's the opposite in this occasion? Because Rhea Di Maculangan, the setter, got the first ball, and usually the opposite picks it up.
That's right, as you can see the frustrated look on Coach Roger's face. It says it all.
Guillermo, formerly from San Sebastian, is in the game for the first time.
Who knows Coach Roger's system?
And as the game goes on, especially here in the second set, the tighter the hold of the crossovers becomes against the power hitters. Their defense is so solid right now. Nothing is coming through.
What's hard about the situation of the power hitters is that they cannot consistently look for counters, you know, on what the crossovers are giving to them, because the crossovers are just going back to their defense, it's going back to their blocking, and again they got frustrated. I'm talking about the power hitters. They were not able to convert their offense as well, so that's why it was easier now for the crossovers to score. So it's something that they have to really lift themselves or pick themselves up at this point in the match.
Back row attack there from Soyun. Manabat just checked back in. Scores right away down the line.
You can see the momentum is really on the side of the crossovers, playing more confident this time of the game.
Confidence is sky high for Cherry.
Remember, they started as well. I mean, the second set started well with the power hitters just staying there.
Yeah.
With the crossovers.
They were tied at least twice early in set number 2. Manabat once again, this time straight into the net. They have a huge cushion here.
You already knew when she hit that ball that it was low. So now it's a full front line for the power hitters.
Underhand set by Tacoron. Manabat hits it. What a nice cross court from Singh, but the great dig from Manabat. Guillema sets it up for Soyun. Soyun hits it on the hands of the blockers. Point for Coyote. It's going to be a long climb for the power hitters. Down by 7.
But they have a good rotation. When in this rotation, they have a full front line. With Soyun and Singh in front.
Unfortunately, Layuk has been a factor towards the late part of the second set. Now it's set point for the crossovers.
Ryan Layuk has been the quiet operator on the side of the crossover. Quietly scoring her points.
Oh, that's
A poor dig right there. Giving a point and a free point to the power hitters.
still 7 set points for Cherry right now. Got Villegas serving. Ball sets it up. A little traffic between her and Manabat. Oh, and again, these unforced errors, Mosey. That's been the story of the second and first set. When you talk about this.
I was going to say that it's very evident ending the second set with an error.
Just when you thought it would be a closer set number 2, Cherry runs away with it and wins with a much bigger margin here in set number 2, 25-17. Crossovers up 2-0 against the power hitters.
Actually, it's double whammy for the power hitters. Why? Because one, the crossovers went back to their blocking. Two, the enforced errors of the power hitters was still there. So it really didn't help them in the second set. You were right, it was a strong start for them, but they weren't able to hold on to that strong start.
Right now, though, it's a much better beginning for PMDT as they score first at the start of the third. Isamolde with a cross court. 1-0 power hitters against crossovers. Good afternoon, fans. As you see, an unforced error yet again from PLDT. Team Captain Reggie Pakulangan with a service error.
Just when they got the very first point to start the momentum, at least a little bit of momentum in this third set. So, one.
Score first. At the start of the third, Isa Molde with a cross court. 1-0. Power hitters against crossovers. Good afternoon, fans. As you see, an unforced error yet again from PLDT. Team Captain Reggie Pakulangan with a service error.
Just when they got the very first point to start the momentum, at least a little bit of momentum in this third set.
And they immediately throw it away. Nice to be back. Premier Volleyball League as a pro league. Giving you the open conference in the Baccarat bubble at the Social Civic and Cultural Center in Ilocos Norte. Opening game of opening day is Cherry versus PLDT. We talked about Layuk towards the end of set number 2, how she's become a quiet factor. A great anticipation by Tacoron in the middle.
That's right, Kapampangan. Talking about Aryan Layug. Well, Tacoron again on the tip. You know, you can see that the crossovers are really going for power, just power tips.
Yep.
A lot of power tips scored.
That's true. We saw it from Paat, from Manabat, even from Jaja Santiago. Back set. Cross court. First touch not good enough.
That's too low.
Bata scores. Tony Bata out of FEU program. Two serving 3, the third set. Paat took the power hit with check ball. Point for Cherry. I'm sure the team principals of Cherry, people from UAHGI, United Asia Automotive Group Incorporated, Romel Sitin, Kenneth Sitin are watching, and they're happy with the kind of team they put together.
Oh yes, this is a really strong team, as you can see. Both on paper and on court.
On court. Yeah, because sometimes there's a big difference in what you see on paper and then how they perform together on the court. You know, Pasas, a couple of points here in the third set.
And again,
on court. Yeah, because sometimes there's a big difference in what you see on paper and then how they perform together on the court. You know, Pasas, a couple of points here in the third set.
and again, what's going for them is the international experience with the sisters, the Santiago sisters are bringing in.
That's such a huge advantage. Shola Alvarez seeing action for the first time here in the third set. Former KRU heavy bomber Alvarez. Nabat scores on the cross.
Once again, Manabat scoring another one. This time from a cross-court hit.
5 serving 3. And this is the danger again if you're a PLDT or a fan of PLDT. I mean, Cherry usually tries to run away, beginning with a 2-point lead. So this is where they have to be very careful. Especially with the unforced errors. Alvarez with a beautiful dig. Cross-court, Molde looking for a check ball.
Is it going to be clogged? I guess not.
Coach Goriev also wondering. Nope, yeah.
Eusebio
check ball,
giving the point to the crossovers.
Unforced error again, Mosey.
Sorry, it's referee Eusebio, first referee.
Right. Fortunately for PLDT, there's an unforced error from Manabat on the serves. Keeping it at post-game still, only a 2-point deficit for PLDT. Oh, that's where it really hurts.
Exactly. They get a point and now they just give it back.
Throw it away, right? This is why Ortiz, Casirag, and Dacorone.
And you still have a lot of superstars right there.
Exactly. I was about to say, so many great names, great players, superstars in this pro league that haven't seen action, and yet you can say that Cherry has been coasting comfortably here. Immediately a 4-point lead for Cherry in our first technical timeout. 8-4 crossovers against the power hitters.
Even Buding Duremdes is fairly doing well with this team. And you know, her position is quite crucial because you really have to give good balls to your setter so that she can utilize
the bigs.
Her wingers, her actually all her hitters.
Your attacking players.
And we've no
PBL now as a pro league in their first season. Back here at the PCV Social Civic and Cultural Center in the Baccarat bubble in Luwag City. PBL now as a pro league in their first season. It's the Open Conference. The opening game, Cherry Tigo crossovers against the PLDT power hitters. So far, it's been all Cherry, 2-0. In third set, they're up by 5 currently. Maylin Pa at serving.
she had that low.
Well, these are some 3 points PLDT is getting, but unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to take advantage.
Right, they have to capitalize on those free balls because there are just few in this match so far.
Santa Rita with a serve. Back row attack from Manabat.
Nicely done. This when you thought it was going to Jaja. Manabat taking that point from the back row.
And from that distance, beyond the attack line, I mean, the net is so wide open. Right? She can go wherever she wants.
And this is what we're talking about. The number of plays that you can actually do. That's why that first ball will be crucial for this team because oh my, I can't imagine how many plays that they can actually trick plays they can do because they have tall players inside.
Biggest lead here in the third set at 6 points, 11 serving 5. Better receive this time. Set was low for Molde. She had to push the ball. Here comes Dacoron with a tip. Eroa will set it up. Too close to the net this time. Molde again with another push. Layu, yes, finds an opening in the back row.
And what I like is putting in her share in this match.
Just quietly, nothing flashy whatsoever, but effective.
Going down the line on that last play.
And her body was facing sideways, diagonal, and yet found a way to get it down the line. Timeout by Coach Roger Goreev once again, as we turn it over to Ayit inside.
Former NU Lady Bulldog, MVP, All-Star, Champion, National Team player, and now an import in Japan's V-League. We have no other than Jaja Santiago of the Cherry Tigo crossovers earlier.
And how will I share it to them? Ayan.
I mean, she started out as one of the youngest players to ever grace the Shakey's V-League. So she knows, she understands pressure, and at a young age, she was looked upon as the leader of the Lady Bulldog. So she's no stranger to this position.
That's right, and not just the polished skill set alone. You know, we love seeing that in Jaja. Much more the discipline that she learned. We all know how disciplined the Japanese are, even in training. And if she is able to rub it off to her teammates, it's a big help. But just the skill set, when you see Jaja play confidently, and I mean, she was able to help her team win the title.
That's right. Molde, finally, one good set and an attack. Unfortunately, the defense of Cherry held up. Eroa unable to keep it alive as Cherry now is pulling away, up by 10, the biggest lead of the match.
It's actually, talking about Eroa, she's able to pop that up. Ano lang, it was just far from another player.
Yeah. Jaja continues to serve, 15-5. Villegas down the line, good dig by Santiago. Manabat down the middle from the back row. Here's Jorel Singh, and again another block at the net by Tacoron as we send it back to Ai.
Former captain of the UST Golden Tigresses, a proactive player in the national.
I-remind ko sila palagi na lahat kami pwede maging leader sa loob ng tama. Role na in-assign sa akin ni Coach, syempre ako yung pinaka-ate, so ginawa ko ni Coach na team cap.
Deserves that position. I'm talking about the team captain position, because I bet you all these girls really respect Rhea as their ate and as a player at a certain level.
And they'll learn enormous amount of,
for sure.
Volleyball skill and know-how from Dimapulangan, who's played for the national team in several tournaments, including the 2018 Asian Games and the 2019 SEA Games. And right now, though, it's been all Cherry. 17-5, make that 18-5. After that kill by Layus.
Even the form of Jaja's defense, you just know that it's better. It's better now, it's more polished.
I mean, Japan has been a powerhouse in volleyball, especially women's volleyball, for such a long time. You're bound to pick up a thing or two when you play there. Two players collide from the power hitters, Basas and Singh, and they go down, and so does PLDT. And now down 19-5. Paat, Manabat, talking strategy. At this point, maybe they can relax a little bit. It's such a huge advantage. Back row attack. No relaxing whatsoever for Manabat.
And that was just a powerful hit coming from Manabat.
No
from
mercy.
The back row.
Just no mercy.
And she just wanted that point so bad.
I don't care if we're up by 14.
You know, this is important to the team since they're meeting only once in this elimination round. Especially, again, going back to that 6-game-a-week schedule. If you can finish the match right away, it would be a big plus to the players to rest and recover for the next game.
Because their schedule is no joke whatsoever. I mean, 6 games a week, and then the practices, and again, you're in a bubble. Obviously, there's a certain amount of stress just being with each other, talking volleyball nonstop, missing your family, missing your friends, your loved ones. Crossovers, they know how to get the job done, though. Right now, 22-5, they're just pouring it on.
Because it's going to be a total game plan, Eric. I mean, if you want to reach the end portion of this tournament, you have to plan it really well.
What a dig! I mean, you were talking about Jaja and her defense. I mean, she has been on point with her digs. Manabat with the push. One-handed pancake saved there by Molde, but a free ball is the result. Here comes another attack. One to play. Just in the board with the finish.
talk about trying to finish this match. Nabor on the second touch, getting that point. Great angle.
2 points away from the finish here. And finally a break from the Jaja serve as Scott Villegas with the point.
During Ai's interview with Lea de Macalangan, she mentioned that she's the ate, and this is where the youngsters now, you can see them that slowly the mental toughness is collapsing at this group set. But it is something that I'm sure Coach Roger Togayev can remedy. He's one tough coach.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
And there is a match point by Dacoron, who's been such a factor here for the defense, especially of Cherry.
There's actually a lot of heroes in this side of the crossovers. Dacoron, Maybell Paan, had her share. Ariane Layo
right,
was able to do her share as well quietly. Jaja also, and then it's just a complete team effort with the board at the helm.
A great rally, one of the longer rallies we've seen so far.
Great save by Roa.
Same goes above the blockers. Here comes Dacoron, and she puts the Cherry on top here. 25-6, what a statement finish for the crossovers in the third set. Total dominance of the power hitters.
And you know, the youngsters will just learn from this game, from this match, and I'm talking about the power hitters on the with Coach Roger and this experience against